The galaxy learned something was wrong when nothing happened. No alarm sounded, no defense grids activated, no warning signals spread across the sector. A human ship slipped into forbidden space, and the universe stayed silent. That silence should not have existed. This region was cursed. Empires avoided it. Pirates vanished here. Ancient machines slept beneath broken stars, ready to wake and kill anything foolish enough to enter. Recently, something massive had passed through, tearing fleets apart and leaving gravity scars behind. Yet, the human ship drifted in quietly, unnoticed. Inside the cockpit, Ethan Cole leaned back in his seat, chewing on a dry ration bar and watching bad sensor data scroll across his screen. "This area is trash," he muttered. "Even the stars look tired." Ethan was not a soldier. He was not a hero. He was a salvager. He found broken things, took what still worked, and stayed far away from trouble. Trouble always ignored that plan. His ship, Wayfarer's Luck, shuddered without warning. Every alarm screamed at once. Radiation spikes, energy distortion, unknown interference. Ethan slammed his hand on the console. "Nope, no, no, no." He cut the engines immediately. Experience had taught him one rule: when space gets angry, stop moving. The ship drifted. The alarms faded, but the sensors kept flashing red. Then the scanner found something impossible: a life sign. Ethan leaned forward slowly. "No way," he said. There were no stations here, no colonies, no ships, just death and silence. Yet the signal was real. One biological reading, weak, fading, surrounded by debris. Ethan stared at the display. He could leave. He should leave. Any sane being would. He sighed. "Why am I like this?" He adjusted course. As the ship moved closer, the visual feed cleared. Ethan's stomach tightened. A figure floated in open space. Humanoid. Tall. Not human. Her armor was shattered, pieces drifting like broken moons. Deep burn marks covered her body, glowing faintly as if the damage was still alive. Dark liquid froze into crystals as it leaked from her wounds. She was dying. Ethan closed his eyes for 1 second. Alien law, galactic law, survival instinct, all of them screamed at him to turn away. He didn't. The tractor beam pulled her in gently. The moment she crossed into the cargo bay, the ship reacted like it had just swallowed poison. Weapons alerts, energy warnings, threat detection failures. Ethan swallowed hard. That's new. He sealed the bay and approached carefully. Up close, the alien looked terrifying. Her armor was not ceremonial. It was built to kill. Every plate was layered, every joint reinforced. This was not a traveler. This was a weapon. Ethan ran a medical scan. The computer froze, restarted, then displayed a single line. Data access denied. Threat level undefined. Ethan felt a chill crawl up his spine. Undefined meant one thing: the system had no idea how dangerous she was. Still, her heart rate, if that was a heart, was failing. Ethan activated the med unit and worked fast. He patched wounds, stabilized energy flows, and avoided anything glowing too brightly. As he worked, something felt wrong. The damage on her body was clean, precise, controlled. These were not pirate weapons. These were execution strikes. Hours passed. Outside, radiation storms slammed into the hull. Ethan stayed awake, refusing to leave the cargo bay. Then her fingers twitched. Ethan froze. Her eyes opened slowly. They were sharp, calm, calculating. In one breath, she understood everything: the ship, the human, the exits. Her hand moved slightly, searching for a weapon that wasn't there. Ethan spoke first. "Don't," he said calmly. "I don't want to die today." She studied him. "You should fear me," she said. "Yeah, that tracks." She sat up despite the med unit screaming loudly. "Do you know who I am?" she asked. "No, and my ship looked scared of you, so I'm guessing that's good."
Her expression darkened. If they know I live, they will come, not to capture me, to erase this system. Ethan blinked. That feels extreme. She watched him carefully. You are not afraid. I am, I just don't freeze. Silence filled the cargo bay. I am Kyler, she said finally. Ethan, salvager, professional bad decision maker. The ship suddenly shook. A pressure wave rolled through space. Heavy, impossible, wrong. Kyler stiffened instantly. They found me, she said. Ethan checked the sensors. Nothing. But every instinct he had screamed danger. Somewhere nearby, something enormous had arrived. Ethan didn't know it yet, but the galaxy had just made its first mistake. It had noticed humanity. And humans never stayed small once noticed. The name that shook the stars. The first thing Kyler did after waking was test the silence. She stayed still, no sudden moves, no signs of panic. Pain covered her body like fire beneath ice, but she ignored it. Pain meant she was alive, and being alive was dangerous. Across the cargo bay, the human pretended not to watch her. That alone made her suspicious. Most beings stared, most showed fear. This one acted bored, like she was just another broken machine waiting to be fixed. Ethan Cole adjusted a tool and spoke without turning around. You breathe louder when you're awake, just saying. Kyler slowly sat up. The med unit screamed warnings. She silenced it with a touch. The human noticed. His eyebrows rose slightly. That was all. You are damaged. That was helping. I do not need help, Kyler replied. Ethan finally looked at her. That's funny, because 5 hours ago you were leaking on my floor. Kyler studied him closely now. No armor, no weapons, no enhanced implants. Just a fragile human with tired eyes and stubborn posture. You should fear me, she said. I do. I'm just multitasking. Kyler frowned. That answer did not fit any psychological profile she knew. She swung her legs off the med platform and stood. The floor shifted slightly under her weight. Her balance was perfect despite her injuries. Ethan stepped back once. Only once. Progress, Kyler thought. What system is this? She asked. Unregistered junk space. I come here when I want to be ignored. Kyler's eyes darkened. That will not protect you. Before Ethan could reply, the ship trembled. Not from impact, from pressure. Every light dimmed for a half-second. Kyler felt it immediately. Her skin markings flared bright silver. Something massive had arrived nearby. Ethan noticed her reaction. That's your friends? No, Kyler said. Her voice was flat. That is worse. She moved towards the cockpit. Ethan followed slower now, more alert. The main display flickered to life. Nothing visible. No ships, no fleets, just empty space bending slightly, like reality itself was uncomfortable. Ethan swallowed. I hate when space does that. Kyler stared at the screen. They are scanning, she said, carefully. For what? Ethan asked. For me. The ship's communication channels exploded open. Hundreds of pings, silent, watching. Ethan's console tried to respond automatically with civilian codes, salvage licenses, outdated trade records. Kyler watched closely. They are deciding, she said. Deciding what? Ethan asked. Whether you are acceptable collateral. That got his attention. Kyler turned to Ethan. Tell me something, human. Why did you save me? Ethan hesitated. No one asks that, he said finally. That is why I'm asking. He thought for a moment. You were hurt, he said finally. You had no idea? No. Kyler studied his face. That answer did not exist in her databases. You understand that entire civilizations burn because of me, she said. Ethan shrugged. I didn't know that at the time. And now? She pressed. Now it'd be rude to change my mind. The ship shuddered again. This time the sensors screamed. A shape appeared. Not a ship, not a structure, A moving fortress made of dark metal and rotating weapon rings. No engines, no heat signature, just power. Kyler's fists clenched. "The Ark," she said. Ethan stared. "That's big." "It is not meant to be big. It is meant to be final." The Ark drifted closer. Gravity bent around it like a suggestion, not a rule. A single beam of pale light swept across the Wayfarer's luck, layer by layer, reading everything. Ethan felt like a bug under glass. Kyler turned to Ethan. "When they confirm I am here, they will erase this region." "Erase?" Ethan repeated. "Yes. Planets, records, history." Ethan exhaled slowly. "Okay, that's officially my worst rescue ever." Kyler watched him. "You are calm. I grew up poor. Everything important was always on fire." The Ark paused.
Signals slip through space in strange ways. Diplomatic codes, observation tags, priority requests from species that never spoke to each other. Kyler's jaw tightened. "They are watching," she said, "not attacking." "That's worse," Ethan replied. "Watching means thinking." The console chimed again. One message forced its way through. "Open channel. Public." Kyler stiffened. "Do not answer." Ethan hesitated, then shook his head. "If we don't, they'll fill in the silence themselves." He opened the channel. Holographic shapes formed in the air. Alien figures appeared, some familiar to Kyler, others ancient and rarely seen. "You harbor Kyler," one voice said. "Return her." Ethan leaned back. "That's a strong opener." "You do not understand the scale of this," another said. "You are human." Ethan nodded. "So I've been told." "If you comply," the voice continued, "your species will remain unmarked." Kyler turned sharply. "Unmarked means spared," she said. "For now," Ethan added. He looked at the projection. "And if we don't?" Silence. Then, "Escalation." Ethan smiled faintly. "You already tried that." He tapped a control. Data flooded the channel. Sensor logs, Ark behavior shifts, watcher anomalies, human observations from dozens of civilian ships that had quietly moved closer, not as a fleet, but as individuals. Salvagers, traders, couriers with bad impulse control. None of them carried heavy weapons. All of them watched. The Ark noticed. Human presence multiplied like noise in a perfect system. Ethan's console chimed again. Another message, not hostile, not friendly. "Final request, transfer Kyler." Kyler closed her eyes. "This is their last polite attempt." Ethan leaned back. "Good. I hate paperwork." The ship shuddered, not from impact, from gravity shifting slightly out of sync. Kyler grabbed the console. "They are deploying containment fields," she said. "They intend to freeze this region." "Freeze?" Ethan asked. "Time, movement, decision." Ethan's jaw tightened. "That's rude." He began rerouting power again. No grand plan, no perfect solution, just human instinct. Across nearby space, human ships reacted the same way, independently, differently, wrong by every known standard. Some dumped cargo to alter mass readings, others broadcast nonsense signals. One ship played music on every open frequency. The Ark's system struggled to prioritize. Kyler felt it. The Ark was built to fight enemies, not confusion. So they slowed. "They're thinking," Ethan replied, "and that's our window." He brought up a map of the veiled scar's deepest layers, areas marked in black, no data, no safe paths. Kyler stared. "That region destroys probability." "Perfect," Ethan said again. The Ark reacted. Weapon arrays began to glow. This time, they did not miss. A beam struck near one of the human ships.
Space folded inward. The ship vanished without explosion, without wreckage. Silence followed. Human channels went quiet. Ethan felt the loss like a weight. Kyler spoke softly. "They are reminding you of consequences." Ethan stared at the empty space. His hands shook once. Then he steadied them. "Yeah, that's another mistake." Human ships did not retreat. They adjusted. Routes changed. Signals shifted. New patterns emerged. No orders, no leaders, just reaction. The Ark fired again and again. Each shot forced recalculation. Each miss made the system slower. Kyler watched in disbelief. "You are exhausting it," she said. "We're making it tired," Ethan replied. Big difference. Then something unexpected happened. The Watcher returned. It appeared closer this time, its ancient form flickering with unstable light. "Event escalation detected. Outcome probability collapsing," the message broadcast across open channels. The galaxy listened. Ethan spoke before anyone else could. "You told them to engage, not erase." The Watcher pulsed. "Confirmed." "Then tell them this," Ethan continued. "We are not done asking questions." The Watcher pulsed brighter. "Note, human persistence exceeds projections." Kyler felt something shift deep within galactic systems. The Ark hesitated again. Containment fields weakened. Time resumed its uneven flow. Across the galaxy, command networks argued in real time. To erase humans now would mean fighting something they did not understand. And humans were learning fast. The Ark powered down one of its primary arrays. Not surrender, reassessment. Kyler looked at Ethan. "They are afraid to finish this." Ethan exhaled slowly. "Good, means we pushed hard enough." But he knew the truth.
This was no longer about escape. It was about what humans had become by refusing to stop. The galaxy had tried force, then patience. Now it faced something worse. Humans who would not go away. And time was on their side. The thing they could not remove. The galaxy tried to label the problem. That was always the first step. Humanity was placed into charts, threat trees, and prediction webs. Analysts worked without rest, feeding human behavior into perfect machines. The machines failed. Again. Inside the Wayfarer's luck, Ethan Cole slept in his chair for exactly 9 minutes before waking up with a bad feeling. He checked the sensors. Nothing new. That was worse. Kyler stood near the viewport, fully armored now, not repaired to its old design, but altered, less sharp, more flexible, more personal. "They're quiet," Ethan said. "Yes," Kyler replied, "because noise no longer helps them." Outside, the Ark remained distant. It did not advance, it did not withdraw. It observed. "They are isolating the problem," Kyler continued, "trying to remove the human variable without conflict." Ethan scratched his head. "Let me guess, that never works." Kyler turned to him. "It has worked on every species before yours." Across nearby systems, human ships received strange messages, offers, warnings, trade blocks lifted, debts erased, borders quietly opened. All conditional, all polite, all saying the same thing: step away. Ethan saw the pattern quickly. "They're bribing us," he said. "Yes," Kyler replied. "They believe motivation is transactional." Ethan laughed softly. "That explains a lot." Some human ships left. Most did not. Those who stayed did something worse. They asked why. Human networks lit up with questions. Not demands, not threats. Questions. Why was Kyler hunted? Why did the Ark hesitate? Why erase instead of talk? The galaxy had no clean answers.
The Watcher appeared again, larger now, its form flickering across fractured space. Observation, human inquiry increasing, system strain detected. Ethan leaned forward. Yeah, that happens when people don't like lies. Kyler watched him. You understand, she said slowly, that humans once question a system, they do not stop. Ever, Ethan agreed. The Ark shifted position. This time it opened a channel. Not a threat, not an order, a request. Define human objective. Kyler stared. That message should not exist. The Ark does not ask. Ethan smiled faintly. Guess it ran out of answers. He spoke clearly into the channel. We want you to stop deciding who gets erased and start explaining why. Silence followed, long, heavy. Across the galaxy, systems waited. Then the Ark replied. Objective conflict detected. Primary directive unstable. Kyler felt it like a crack through old stone. You are breaking, she whispered. No, Ethan said. They're thinking. Human ships adjusted positions again, not to attack, but to watch, to record, to share. The Ark powered down another weapon ring, then another. The galaxy held its breath. The Watcher updated its projection. Humanity status, non-removable variable. Recommendation, engagement, not erasure. Kyler exhaled slowly. They cannot erase you, she said. Not anymore. Ethan leaned back, tired but steady. Good, that'd be awkward. Far beyond the veiled scar, command councils collapsed into argument. If humans could not be erased, they had to be understood, and understanding humans had never gone well for anyone. Kyler turned to Ethan. You realize what you have done? He nodded. Yeah, you have changed the rules. He looked at the stars. We usually do. The Ark did not fire. It did not move closer. It waited. For the first time, the galaxy was not asking how to control humanity. It was asking how to live with it. And that scared them far more. The question that ended the war. The war ended without a final shot. That confused everyone. Across the galaxy, commanders waited for explosions that never came. Fleets stayed armed. Weapons stayed hot. But the silence continued, spreading slowly from system to system. Silence, it turned out, was the answer. Inside the Wayfarer's luck, Ethan Cole stared at the stars and felt something strange. Relief. I think, he said carefully, they're done. Kyler stood beside him, fully healed now. Her armor no longer looked like a symbol of fear. It looked like protection. They are not done, she replied. They are finished. Outside, the Ark powered down its final weapon ring. That action sent shockwaves through command networks everywhere. The Ark had never stood down before. A new transmission spread across open space, unencrypted and public. Every system could see it. Every system could hear it. Humanity reclassified. Status, non-predictable strategic actor. Recommended response, engagement, not erasure. The galaxy froze. Kyler closed her eyes. They chose you, she said, not me. Ethan frowned. That feels like a lot of responsibility. They did not choose you, Kyler corrected. They failed to remove you. The Watcher appeared one final time, its ancient form steady and calm. Event concluded. History updated. Ethan looked up. You record wars, right? Confirmed. Then write this down. We didn't win. We just refused to play. The Watcher paused longer than ever before. Note, human logic accepted. Then it vanished. Far away, the Ark folded space around itself and withdrew, not in defeat, in reconsideration. Across human channels, disbelief turned into quiet pride. No speeches, no victory songs, just one shared understanding. Humanity had been noticed and not erased. Kyler turned to Ethan. "You realize what you have done?" He nodded. "Yeah, you have changed the rules." He looked at the stars. "We usually do." The ark did not fire. It did not move closer. It waited. For the first time, the galaxy was not asking how to control humanity. It was asking how to live with it, and that scared them far more. The question that ended the war. The war ended without a final shot. That confused everyone. Across the galaxy, commanders waited for explosions that never came. Fleets stayed armed, weapons stayed hot, but the silence continued, spreading slowly from system to system. Silence, it turned out, was the answer. Inside the Wayfarer's luck, Ethan Cole stared at the stars and felt something strange. Relief. "I think," he said carefully, "they're done." Kyler stood beside him, fully healed now. Her armor no longer looked like a symbol of fear. It looked like protection. "They are not done," she replied. "They are finished." Outside, the ark powered down its final weapon ring. That action sent shockwaves through command networks everywhere. The ark had never stood down before. A new transmission spread across open space, unencrypted and public. Every system could see it. Every system could hear it. Humanity reclassified. Status, non-predictable strategic actor. Recommended response, engagement, not erasure. The galaxy froze. Kyler closed her eyes. "They chose you," she said, "not me." Ethan frowned. "That feels like a lot of responsibility." "They did not choose you," Kyler corrected. "They failed to remove you." The Watcher appeared one final time, its ancient form steady and calm. "Event concluded. History updated." Ethan looked up. "You record wars, right?" "Confirmed." "Then write this down. We didn't win. We just refused to play." The Watcher paused longer than ever before. "Note, human logic accepted." Then it vanished. Far away, the ark folded space around itself and withdrew, not in defeat, in reconsideration. Across human channels, disbelief turned into quiet pride. No speeches, no victory songs, just one shared understanding. Humanity had been noticed and not erased. Kyler turned to Ethan.